Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and right now our app is working, which is great. Now it's just minor tweaks as far as appearance and just usability. One of the usability tweaks we want is, right now every time the page is refreshed, you have to log in again. That's just because basically your website exists in memory, and the difference between sort of a computer's memory versus its hard drive. Okay, it's not necessarily stored in your hard drive. The memory, when a process is done, is completely wiped out. So the minute your website's refreshed, that process is over, and all the variables you used, everything is gone. Okay, same thing as like when you kill your server. If a server restarts, everything's kind of fresh again, and that's fine. Typically, your backend and your front end applications aren't dealing with any data at runtime that needs to persist. Okay, and if it does need to persist, it gets saved in the database. But there wasn't really a database in the front end. Now there's kind of a few options you have in the browser. Before, you might have done this with cookies. We're going to do it using what's called local storage or session storage. What this is, it's a little place where you can store stuff in the user's browser. Now the difference between local storage and session storage work the same way. The syntax is exactly the same. But what happens is that with local storage, the information you save is permanent. Okay, so in that case, it only goes away unless you delete it. Okay, which means then you have to make sure you think about when you're going to go delete it and create logic so you don't create security issues that this information is just hanging out there. Two, session storage only exists as long as the browser is open. So the minute they close the browser and reopen it, they're creating a new session, which means that whole session clears out. That's probably going to be the route we're going to go today. We really only want it to last, and then once they close the browser, they have to log in again. It's just a little bit more secure. Again, you don't want to save anything too sensitive in session storage. You just want to save what you need to do stuff. Okay, but anything that's going to allow people to expend your users' money or access your users' financial records, that you probably don't want on local storage, because while it's on their computer, someone could theoretically get like a Trojan horse or something in there and then go sniff through all their local storage and session storage files. So be careful what you put in there. It's very useful, but be careful what you put in there. So let me close all my backend stuff. We're good there for the moment. Back to the front end. Okay, so what I want to do is that when we log in, I would like to store the user and the token. Okay, I want to store the user and the token inside of, or really the username. Oh, let's just do the user and the token. The user and the token inside of local storage. So let's go back all the way over here. Actually, let's go back to our app.js where we log in. So create note, get notes, handle logout, handle login. So again, we logged in, and then basically what we did is we changed all these variables here. Okay, and we said, hey, the user gets data.user and the data.token gets stored in token. Okay, so what I'm going to do is store the data response inside of local storage or session storage. So the way this works is you're going to do, I think it's window.sessionStorage, yep, .sessionStorage .set item. Okay, that's going to add an item. And if you wanted to use local storage, it would just be local storage instead of session storage. So set item means I'm going to put something in session storage. The first thing you're going to pass in is the key. Okay, so I'm going to put login. Okay, and then the second thing is what you're putting in there. Now what you want to put in is a string. So I don't want to put in I don't want to put an object. So I need to stringify what I put in there. So I want a JSON.stringify. Okay, JSON.stringify. JSON.stringify. What am I thinking? Oh, I want data. Okay, because data is going to have the user and the token. Okay, cool. So now that's going to happen. So let's just make sure that is happening. So let's save. Let's refresh the website, and it won't really have any effect yet, but Alex Merced, pineapple. Log in. Okay, I've logged in successfully. To see what's inside your local or session storage, you're going to head over to application. here in your dev tools, and see here you see local storage and session storage. Here's your cookies if you want to do cookies, and there's also a couple built-in databases like IndexedDB and WebSQL, some other ways of storing information in the website. This is a lot of actual mobile applications will take advantage of IndexedDB as a way to store information. Just fun fact, or really progressive web applications. Cool. So let's go to session storage because that's where we saved it. Let's click on File, and we see there's one key in there. Okay, and what's stored in there? Okay, we have the user, which is an object, and we have a token. Okay, so we can see what's in there. Okay, ideal world, I probably would take the extra step to not have the password digest in there, because even though it's encrypted, I just probably better not to have that in there. Okay, so but it's fine. Okay, right now it's encrypted and we're just kind of illustrating a point. So it's stored in there, but right now it's not doing anything. I'm just storing it when you log in. Okay, what I need to do is make it where when the website loads, it checks to see if there's a proof of an existing login in your local storage. So for that, you need a whole new property, not a new method in methods, but you need to use a lifecycle method. So we're not going to just add to the methods object. We have to go beyond the methods object and add what's called before create, if I remember correctly. Okay, function. And this function is going to run when the page loads. So what do I want to happen when the page loads? Okay, so what we're going to do is say const get login equals, okay, const get login equals window dot session storage dot get item. So now I'm going to go get something from session storage. What do I want to get? I want to get that login info. Okay, and really I'm just going to get back a string. So I really just don't want this. So what I want to do is I want to parse that string. So JSON dot parse. So I'm going to get back the string, parse the string into an object, and let's just make sure this is working. So let's just console.log get login. Okay, so let's restart the page. Go to the console, and see it's getting it. So there it is. So the minute the website started, it went and got that object. Okay. Now we're going to use that object to then basically do all the stuff that we did here. So let me just go grab that stuff. Okay, right here. So let me think here. What I really want is just these right here. Copy. So this dot data. So this dot user should be, now again, this is no longer data. This is get login dot user, and this is get login dot token. That's turned to true. Then it goes and gets notes, and we're back where we started. So now if I refresh the website, oh, I get some errors. Error and before create hook. This dot get notes is not a function. Oh, because it's not created yet. So this should probably be create, which means it does it after it's created. Created, I think, is what I want. So that way it's already created. So that way this dot get notes actually exists. Okay, so let's try that. Yep, and that works. So you see, you see it's all happens in a millisecond, but see, it went and got there, changed the variables, which makes it seem like I'm already logged in now. Very nice. Now I could log out, so I hit log out. Good. But now if I refresh, I'm logged in again. That's not good. The reason being is that information is still in local storage or session storage. And so when I refresh the page, it's going to look for it again. So I need to make sure that when you log out, that information gets deleted. So I need to go edit my logout function. Okay, and then what this should do is go to this, window dot session storage, I think is what delete or remove. Yeah, remove item. Remove item, and I want to remove login. Cool. So that way it'll remove that from session storage. So if I refresh after that, I'm good. Okay, and again, session storage will erase itself when you delete, when you close the browser. So if I refresh right now, it's still logged in. But if I click log out, I'm logged out. And if I refresh, I'm still logged out. Okay, and that error is fine because I'm not logged in. Okay, I want to get that error when I'm not logged in. If I really just want to avoid that error, which doesn't affect anything, but I just want to clean up my code, what I'm going to do is do this. And just say if get login, so if it get login is not undefined, then do the things, otherwise don't do them. Control X. There we go. And now that will only happen if get login actually has information. Because otherwise, if there is no item here, it's going to return undefined, and get login will be undefined. So let me actually save that so it spaces it a little bit better. There we go. Let's go back over here, refresh, and see now that error is gone. Still get a console log here. Let me get rid of that console log. Just 147. Yeah, right here. I don't need that anymore. And there we go. So now I have login functionality. I can log in. And it'll stay logged in no matter how many times I refresh the page, unless I close the browser or I log out. And if I log out, it stays logged out. Okay, so cool. That is cool. So welcome to the world of session storage and local storage and creating a cool login, log out experience. I think now we're good that we can go start styling this thing and making it not look so ugly. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video.